Hello guys, welcome back to my new video. Today I will unbox Flipper Zero. I just got it from lab401.com. Also Wi-Fi module that come with the Flipper Zero that I need to buy it individually for Wi-Fi module. The price for both two is around like 200 to 300 USD. I will show you in the website lab401.com as well as in the website called Joom. Joom is also the third party e-commerce website that they handle all of the stock management for Flipper Zero. Tip for me, I will share with you like who should buy the Flipper Zero and also is it worth for the price. And for this one thing that I think most of people they don't really know is that how can they use the Flipper Zero for. And some people might think that okay, this phone is for hacking only, but actually it is not. Flipper Zero is not just for hacking device or for something bad or illegally used in your country. Actually it is for the legal use and as well as I use in my daily life as well. I will share with you how can you use the Flipper Zero and which feature that you can use the Flipper Zero for. So without further ado, let's jump into the screen on my computer that where can you buy the Flipper Zero as well as the website and some of the resources that is very helpful for you as well as the firmware. Which firmware should you get for. Okay, this is the official website called flipperzero.one. You can go and click on shop.flipperzero.one as well, and it will landing you in at the buying page. You can see right now it is already sold out, which is very sad for you, for those who want to buy, and right now it already sold out. But I want you to think that Flipper Zero it always sold out. So please join the Discord, join Flipper Zero Discord to keep update on the new stock when they coming in, so you can get notified from Discord server. So I will put the Flipper Zero Discord in the video down in the video description. You can join the Discord server and to keep our update on the stock when they are in. So when they are in, you will see the landing page and it will redirect you to Joom website. Joom website is called the e-commerce website that handle all of the stock management for Flipper Zero. They are like a third party that Flipper they use Joom to distribute the Flipper Zero to all of the country around the world. So the price of Flipper Zero is 169 USD currently, and please remember that you also need to cover the delivery cost. Maybe it is around 50 to 70 USD, it depending on your country, which country you are in. So please keep your money like around 250 to buy Flipper Zero to also cover the cost of deliver. For me, I use lab401.com to deliver into my country. Since Joom did not deliver to my country, I live in Thailand, so Joom did not deliver to Thailand, but the lab401.com they deliver to Thailand, so I will consider buy from lab401.com. The price also 169. Please note that this is not USD, but around 160 or 170, some kind like that, like for Flipper Zero. I not buy only Flipper Zero, I also buy the Wi-Fi module, this one as well, which costs around 29 USD for the Wi-Fi module. And for lab401.com also sold out, so I will click on the buying page and they say save, but actually they not save and currently the product is out of stock. Okay, you can see right now this is like the use case. How can you use the Flipper Zero for? So without further ado, I will unbox the Flipper Zero and as well as the Wi-Fi module, and also I will talking about the firmware. Which firmware should you get for Flipper Zero? This is my Flipper Zero. Actually, I already unboxed this one, but I just like put it back in and I will show you like what the original Flipper Zero outside the box is look like. So inside the box you can just grab it open and just open this one, and you see the first one is called USB Type-C cable. You can see, and you use it to connect to your computer to update the firmware. And also you can see like they come with the sticker and also the user manual that you should consider reading this one rather than just go and watching the YouTube video. And this one is the Flipper Zero itself, like, so you just grab like this, you can hold it like this one is also big. Okay, you can just pull it like this to open the sticker, and this is what Flipper Zero look like. You just hold this one, and it will open up. Okay, as you can see right now, it will open up. And please it not come with the micro SD card, so you should consider buy your own micro SD card. This is very important. To use the Flipper Zero, you need to have the micro SD card that I have right now, like Samsung. I think I bought it like Samsung micro SD card. 32 or 16 GB is okay. So because Flipper Zero, it's not take that much storage. I think this should be good for like 16 to 32 GB for micro SD card. Please buy this one. If you not buy this one, you cannot use Flipper Zero to use with like RFID reader or any kind like NFC reader. You cannot use it without micro SD card. I have repeated many times. Okay, I forgot to tell you that I also own a Wi-Fi module, which this one. This is called Wi-Fi developer board for Flipper Zero, Wi-Fi enable. You just open it. I want to tell you that this Wi-Fi board, I have my 3D printing. This is I have at my room. I have my own 3D printer, so I just print the cover and put it like this. Yeah, this one. I will put the file to if you have your 3D printing device, so I will put the 3D object file for you to print this one as well. This is looking very good. And for this like Wi-Fi enable, and it looking good with the case. Without the case, it's not look like the ready to use device, honestly. Yeah. Okay, let's jump into my computer. I will share with you how can you use the Flipper Zero and how to install the Q Flipper device. Okay, right now I am in my G Flipper that I really recommend you to download from this official website called Q Flipper. This is to control your Flipper Zero via your own laptop or your PC. So after you install it, you will see this device coming in, and as I already mentioned, the developer of this software called Flipper Zero, they are very good at building the application and as well as the device itself. You can take control almost anything from your PC. So this is if you want to install the new firmware, which I currently do. I have install called the Unleashed firmware. I very recommend you to install this firmware. And actually, the firmware they have pros and cons, but I found on this firmware they are more good rather than bad, and it has almost any software that you want to work with your Flipper Zero, and it has almost anything. And the README, or we can call it like the user manual, they are working it very good. And how to install the firmware? It's very easy. You just come into this page and you will see almost anything. You can install the firmware from your Android or your iOS device, and as well as you can install it from the web UI. Then you can see this is like how to install the firmware from the website, and as well as for the iOS device or application. And finally, it's called Q Flipper that I doing like install from the Q Flipper. I just installed the Unleashed firmware, and I will show you how it's look like into the PC. This is a Q Flipper, and you can click on install, and you need to find what software, what firmware that you want to install. Just select that file, and you just click open, and you can click on install. Click here, like install the firmware. Currently, I have like 99% of free storage because I don't put any of the memory or any of the scanning tool that much yet. And I think in the future, maybe after like 1 or 2 months using my Flipper Zero, I will have like almost 8% free, or 20% of my usage is on the micro SD card. So this you can see right now firmware is called Unleash 020. So I think maybe the Unleash firmware they already update for the new version, and you can click on here. This is called setting. You can backup. So for me, in my case, I have backup all of the firmware already for my Flipper Zero, and you can click on check app update. After you install the firmware, you can also check the update, or maybe you can restore everything from the factory. You can restore as well. And this one is the installation just as usual. And also this one is called storage. You can see what inside your SD card, right? When you click on the SD card, you will see like this is all the file like bed USB. If you want to install any bed USB command or TXT, you just drag and drop. Okay, you just drag and drop. You can click on upload here. When you upload, when you build coding all of the bed USB script, and you can upload to this bed USB folder. And when you go to your Flipper Zero, you can choose the file to attack the bed USB. Okay, when you're coming back, you can see all of the folder that currently have U2F or to authentication. This is also key U2F, CNT U2F, and I will show you what the Flipper Zero can do for you and how it's look like inside the Flipper Zero. This is like the best part ever that I never see any kind of hardware that can do anything good like this. You can basically control everything from your computer, and it will interact directly to your device, your own physical device. Okay, you can click back. This is like what it looked like in Unleash firmware, like C for dummy or anything like this. You can also save the screenshot. If you want to save the screenshot, you can click on save, and you click on the middle button to see what the application that you can do with Flipper Zero. Currently, I have like almost anything, and I will show you the best part that you can do with your Flipper Zero. And I will making another video how to use the Flipper Zero and what the real life is look like. So first thing is you can call it NFC when you want your smart card. Mostly it in your smart card or any kind of like key card. Mostly they are NFC. They use near field communication. You can scan the NFC from your Flipper Zero. When you scan the card, and then you can emulate the card later. So in my case, my usage is like this. I have a lot of smart card with me right now, and I want to go to some room, so I need to have the specific smart card. So with Flipper Zero, I just scan all of my smart card into my Flipper Zero, and then I just go in front of the room, and I can scan for the specific room. So it's very convenient for me in this scenario. So I scan all of the card. Or maybe when I go to the hotel, some hotel they also use the smart card which is NFC as well. So I can scan the smart card, and then I can use it later on. This is called NFC. And if you have the MasterCard or Visa card, you can also scan with NFC as well. Okay, right now go into infrared. Infrared is mostly in kind of remote control device, such as the TV remote or air conditioner remote control. So mostly they are infrared. So you can scan the infrared from your remote control, and you can take control almost any TV device, and as well as the air conditioner device. So you can take control almost all of that. You can scan and put in your Flipper Zero. So later on, when you go to some of the shop that they don't have the remote control with them, so you can just use your Flipper Zero instead of the remote control. Also GPIO, if you mostly like working on the firmware and hardware update, so you can make use with GPIO, but I not really use the GPIO. Currently I don't use any kind of GPIO. for iButton is very old school actually. Then most of the company they not using iButton anymore, but Flipper Zero come with the iButton as well. That you can use it for the for to scan any device or to unlock the door, any kind of that. And also the bed USB. Bed USB, I think most people they say like bed USB is for hacker, any kind of that. But you see, it is like this. It works like this. When you connect your Flipper Zero to someone computer, and your Flipper Zero become like the keyboard. But bed USB, the keyboard, it can write itself. It will type by itself automatically without any people typing. So the robot or the Flipper Zero, when you attack, when you click on execute, and it will do any kind of that for you. Okay. This say just a connection is active. Disconnect from PC or phone to use this function. But I don't want to use it yet. I click on this button to going back. And also U2F. I found it very good for U2F. Currently I have a YubiKey. I use YubiKey for my U2F, or we can call it like universal two-factor authentication, which is like your physical device that you use as the two-factor authentication. I found it very good for U2F. The price of U2F YubiKey is also expensive, like around take me like 30 to 50 USD. But with Flipper Zero, it comes for free in the device itself. So I found it very good for U2F. The clock and any kind of setting that you can see, and application as well, like this. It comes with a lot of application with the unleashed firmware. When you click application, they call it game, mice, tour, GPIO, music, and any kind of that. I found it very good. And also sub gigahertz. It means that sub gigahertz is you can take control all of the radio device, radio receiver or transmitter device that have the frequency below 1 gigahertz. Which is like widely used with the car remote device, or any kind of like the remote control like Tesla, any kind of that car. They use the radio frequency with frequency below 1 gigahertz, and you can capture the radio frequency, and after that you can emulate the radio frequency to unlock the car, or to unlock some device that use the radio frequency. Okay, this is called sub-gigahertz remote control. And finally, it comes with the RFID. RFID, you can go to the store. When you go to the store, most of the shop like Uniqlo or any kind of the shop, most of the product, they have the RFID device attached with the clothes or with any kind of that. When you get out, the RFID will alert. If some people they don't deactivate the RFID. So with Flipper Zero, you can also emulate the RFID. You can capture the RFID device as well. Click on this, you can click on read. After you read, you put the RFID device below your Flipper Zero to scan, for Flipper Zero to scan. Okay, I think this is like very much it to overall view. So in the next video, so please consider to subscribe to my channel. In the next video, I will show you one by one how the NFC used and what you use it for, mostly for NFC. Okay, right now let's jump into my perspective. Who should consider buying the Flipper Zero, and for the price point like 200 up USD, is it worth to buy the Flipper Zero? So I recommend for you to buy if in one scenario, if you are like the pen tester, that you have your company and you do it like pen testing company or pen testing service. So I very recommend to use Flipper Zero, because you can use Flipper Zero to scan almost any kind of the nowadays hardware device like NFC, RFID, sub-gigahertz frequency, and also some kind of like bed USB, or also the infrared, which is currently they use it for the remote control infrared. So I recommend to use of that. Or maybe you are like people who always have a lot of card, like your key card, your smart card, and your remote control, and you always forget your TV remote control or air conditioner remote control. So Flipper Zero is the best for you. So you can just scan all of that device and put into your Flipper Zero, which side of your pocket, the side of Flipper Zero, it fit in your pocket. So you just carry with your Flipper Zero, which is very good. And also, who should buying this? Also, maybe people who very curious to looking some new device and to explore more new technology. I recommend to you Flipper Zero. But if you just want to use it for like bed USB, just use it for the NFC reader or scan the NFC, any kind of basic use, and or maybe you want to use for Wi-Fi hacking or Wi-Fi deauthentication, any kind of that, I not recommend to use Flipper Zero because it is like when you buy it and you not use that much. So you just consider to buy any other device, like if you are want to working on the Wi-Fi hacking tool, so you just consider to buy Wi-Fi alpha adapter that I'm using right now, like alpha adapter. This is very good. You can activate the monitor mode in your alpha adapter network. So just buy that instead. Or maybe you just want to read the NFC, so just buy the NFC scanner. The price is very cheap compared to the Flipper Zero. For NFC reader, I think the cost is only 50 to 10 USD only. Or maybe you just want to use basic like bed USB. So for bed USB, you can buy any other device in the market, which is very cheap for bed USB as well. Okay, that's it. So asking me, is it worth it? For me, for myself, I think currently it's not that worth it right now because I not use my Flipper Zero that much as I expect to use it for. Before I buy the Flipper Zero, I have a lot of reason to buy it. Like first one, I want to explore the new technology, and second one, I will use it for my smart key, my bed USB testing, any kind of that. But after I got my Flipper Zero, I found myself not using that much, and as I expected from the reason that I buy it. So I think this video is pretty much it. In the next video, I will show you one by one what technology that you can use and how to use it for the Flipper Zero. So see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.